Hey guys, welcome to day 9 of Shuang Hu's video blog.
The land on which we meet, and here in Brisbane, that's the tourable.
Today I attended the BrisAsia festival launch where Benjamin Law hosted a panel discussion that included well-known Asian or Aboriginal Australians talking about their Brisbane experience and how they came to live in Brisbane. And it got me inspired to share my own story of Brisbane. I was 5 when my family first came to Australia. We started off in Sydney and then we moved to Brisbane a year later, and I attended Dutton Park Primary School. Back then I remember walking through South Bank. I have a very distinct memory of the swimming pools, like the beaches in South Bank, and I remember playing on there used to be these monkey bars, and we used to play in them, and one time I dropped down from a monkey bar and hit my chin, and I had to be taken to hospital for stitches, and at the time I didn't realize I was bleeding, and I remember like cupping my hand and looking down and there was just a pool of blood. So that was my very earliest memories of Brisbane. When I was 8, we moved to Townsville and we did the rest of primary school in Townsville, which was an experience. I think we were one of 10 Asians in all of Townsville. And back then, because there wasn't a lot of exposure to Asia in those towns, there was quite a lot of racism, and we used to cop it. I used to get chased home by bullies, pushing us over, calling us names. And when we went to the principal's office the next day to talk about it, I didn't feel like there was a lot of justice served. I mean, what can you do? Like, the kids ate. I mean, they learn by example, I suppose, and only their parents have that kind of influence on them. So that was a sad time in my life. In high school, we moved back to Brisbane because my parents wanted us to have, oh, hi Charlie, a better education. They thought that the high schools in Brisbane would be better, more competitive, and would, I guess, provide a better teaching for us than the schools in Kerwin, Townsville. Well, that's why I have such a bogan accent sometimes. Oh, okay, bye. I went to high school in Brisbane State High School. It was some of the best years of my life. I met some of my lifelong friends that stay high. In those 5 years that I'd left Brisbane, there was quite a lot of change already. Because I was young, I didn't realize how much of a minority we were in Townsville. And then it was like coming to Brisbane in a school where all of a sudden there were bunches of Asians. There were like Asian groups. I used to have only white friends. And then I only had 8 white friends in grade 8. And then in grade 9, I was like, oh, who are these Asians? Maybe I want Asian friends. And I transitioned. It was like a natural progression back into my Asianhood. And I started hanging out with Asians again, and all my friends were suddenly Asian because there was that opportunity. Brisbane, being more multicultural, having more Asians in Brisbane got me more in touch with my Asian roots. On reflection, was actually a really significant part of my upbringing. I almost completely lost touch with my Asian roots when I was growing up in Townsville. There was a point in time when I nearly couldn't speak Mandarin anymore because I wasn't speaking it at school. No one at school would speak Chinese to me, only at home with my parents. My parents got really worried. That's probably another reason they took us back to Brisbane. There was actually Chinese schools in Brisbane. And in uni, I continued on my road of Asianness and only having Asian friends. My Chinese got a lot better though. It's like I relearnt what it was like to be Asian. I started listening to Asian music, Chinese music, Japanese, Korean music, watching Asian drama. And it wasn't until I I joined the workforce that I started having a lot more Australian friends. So interesting. There's such a big change in Brisbane. Brisbane's appetite for cultural experiences has definitely grown. If you look at Goma, the exhibitions that they put on every year just get better and better. The variety grows. Our appetite for food. I mean, look at all the culinary options we have in Brisbane now. That was not available there 10 years ago. This city is a lot more humble compared to other big cities. We have great things, but we don't have to boast about it. What does Graham Quirk say? What's our motto for Brisbane? We are a first world city. And we have great weather too. I'm pretty proud to be a Brisbaneite.